Welcome to Life It with DVD. I'm back again with another idea and another video. And today I wanted to talk about interdependence and how it's different from independence and dependence, why it's important, uh, why it's exactly what I feel like society needs right now and is overlooking. I think it's how societies are built. I think it's how everything is built. And how we can create more of interdependence in our lives. So, first of all, I wanted to look at independence, interdependence. So this is, a relationship between two or more people or entities, and it's where they're relying on each other for mutual support, growth, and there's a lot of cooperation, collaboration, and active listening to what is going on, what are the problems that need to be solved by either side, and basically just looking to create something together in a productive way, in a synergistic way. And where I see a lot of this, where you would naturally think, is at the workplace, where teams collaborate together and they're trying to build something more productive, build something from scratch. However, this is not how all teams work, and it's not certainly how all projects and corporations or businesses work. There is a lot of division. There are people who don't see eye to eye, and unfortunately, that comes at the cost of growth and building and making something that is way better than what one could accomplish it alone. So, obviously, if you look at dependence, that means you are dependent on somebody else's needs, wants, desires, without any sort of reciprocity in what you're receiving in return. Independence, obviously, is the opposite of that, where you're more on your own. You have freedom and autonomy. You make your own decisions. However, you might not be growing as much as you would want to. And the way I'm applying these ideas is pretty much in every aspect of your life. And the way you look at things, not just on a individual level, but also a societal level, on a tribal level, right? Uh, the way our society looks at things right now is very divisive. It divides us, and I think it's dividing us on purpose because the way that the world has worked for a very long time is divide and conquer, and unfortunately, that means individual people that are at each other's throats for one issue or another issue are actually not looking at what is the real issue here, and listening to the problems that are really going on instead of just reacting to things in an emotional way, but actually talking and listening and developing trust in other people to try to problem solve and be productive in what the real problems are. And I think society needs this more than ever. Our entire economy was built on interdependence. You have to have trade with one another to get things done. You can't just operate alone. Um, and ultimately, it's built an amazing society that we live in today. However, what is happening now is a lot of division and the attempt to get people to not focus on the real issues that matter. So, what we can do to be more interdependent is actually listen to people, to talk to people, and try to encourage the sharing of opinions in a way that everybody can listen to. Because you can listen to somebody else talk about something that you don't agree with, and you don't have to agree with them. but you still can listen to it, and you still can learn from it, and learn where they're coming from, and just attempt to have a reasonable discussion about what is really going on here and how can we all fix it, right? Because really, it's not just somebody else that's doing it. There's always something else, right, going on under the surface. And we need to try to be unbiased and unemotional about these things. So if you find yourself being emotional or, you know, having a very strong emotional reaction to things, then, as I always say, take a step back and try to figure out what's going on inside you and why you might be feeling that way. Uh, what triggers that you might have to that are blocking you from having interdependence with other people. So, how can we create more interdependence with others? Well, we need to collaborate on projects, on, whether it's at work or even if it's playing some sort of video game or playing on a soccer team or something like that. We can work with each other and develop trust in others the more we interact with each other. Another way is sharing resources. So we can share knowledge, we can share skills, and even material stuff to reduce costs, save time, and this helps build community as well. We can ask for help, we can offer help. The exchange of ideas, of services, of things that that might be able to help another person, and vice versa. Even if it's the smallest thing of just taking out the trash or taking somebody else's dishes, or little gestures that don't even require a whole lot of effort on your part, but literally just looking out for somebody else's what other people are doing, and just being helpful in general, because it'll make everybody feel better as well. When you do these little things to help other people, ultimately it will make you feel better about yourself because you're contributing to somebody else. And then, of course, seek common ground, right? See where are we similar instead of where are we different. And I think it's important to acknowledge our differences. However, at the same time, how are we the same? How are we all working towards the same thing, right? What I talk about here a lot in this channel is, how can we be healthier? How can we be more interdependent? Maybe I do talk a little too independently. However, it's all about interdependence. It's about finding win-wins so that we all can improve our lives, because ultimately, I don't think it's a zero-sum game. I don't think that at all, because look at the society that we've created, and it's been pretty amazing. The society over the past, let's say, 100 years. Now, people can argue, oh, it's deteriorating now. Sure, but we've come a long way. If we do things and collaborate in the right way and find interdependence with each other again, instead of trying to play the blame game and just be so tribalistic in how we look at things, Republican, Democrat, this team, that team, it doesn't matter, right? We're all individual people, and we all ultimately want the same thing, whether it be, money, or just spend time with our family and have a sense of autonomy, to feel good about what we're doing, and to make sure we have enough, right? And once again, that we have good health, that our basic needs are covered. And this doesn't have to be, sort of a communist thing or whatever. This is just about putting in work with other people to grow yourself and whatever it is that you want to work on. And that's your choice. That's not anybody else's choice, right? Nobody's forcing you to do one thing or the other, right? So I hope talking about this stuff, interdependence, is maybe sheds a different perspective on you know, how to look at the way you make decisions and the way you operate in the world, and hopefully it can help change your behavior towards things that you might want to reject outright if you don't agree with a person. Maybe you can just ask them to explain why they think or feel that way, or what is it that they're working towards. What is their intent? And hopefully, maybe this will lead to a better overall society, and where we're all heading where we want to go, right? So like and subscribe if you could. That would mean a lot to me. If you want to talk about your own goals and what you're trying to work towards, and maybe I can help you, um, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Um, Otherwise, let me know, ways you might be being independent or interdependent. Otherwise, talk to you later. Until next time. See ya.